We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for being here with us on a Saturday night. Anthony Smith makes the next walk. We just saw Jamie Malarkey get malarkeyed about all over the place. My God, how are we doing, lads? You well?
Dude, I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent. I dropped off the baby. I'm done being a single dad for the rest of the week. I'm having fun now.
Oh, Mike's freezing up.
And Mike is frozen.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm back. Am I freezing?
Yeah, you just froze.
You were for a sec.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, it went off at my end as well, but I'm good now, right? I'm smooth as a groove.
Yeah, you're good to go. Yeah. What are you sipping on?
That is low carb, vodka, tonic, with a little bit of lime juice.
Okay. All natural.
It's my go-to these days. Go-to. No beers. Oh, look at that. George St. Pierre's in the audience.
Stop it.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, yeah.
Did you see there was a video? He hopped in the cage tonight.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he did he jumped in and then did his move around the cage and then did a Superman punch at the phone. It was pretty fun.
So let me tell you this. Obviously, everyone's saying that, the rumor of the super fight at UFC 300 or whenever it's going to be. Yeah. But George came out and he put a little post on. He had like an Instagram thing. He said, just so everyone knows, I'm not coming back.
Good.
But maybe he is. Maybe this is a bluff. Maybe this is a double entendre. Maybe old GSP thinks he's smart or he's just drawing attention to the fact that he is coming back. I don't know.
Just a GSP. He's just trolling now.
That's what we've come to in 2023. George St. Pierre's got nothing better to do than to be trolling people.
Yeah, GSP got one over on me.
God damn, GSP. So we're seeing a little promo here for UFC 296. I'm excited for that one. Very, very excited for everyone here watching. You're probably in America, so you can't come to Tales from the Octagon too, but I'll be on stage a few hours before this, and then me, Tom, Paul, Brendan Lofnan, and a few others, we're going to go watch the fight live. And that will not be on YouTube because it will be a mess.
5 a.m. UK time after a live show? I think it's going to get a little rowdy.
Yeah, no, my YouTube editor guy said, "Oh yeah, do you want me to film it?" And I'm like, "No. Whatever goes on, that is, you got to be there to see it. Kind of like the show, you know what I mean?"
Cameras are getting checked at the doors.
How's your weekends been so far?
We're doing
Dude, it's been great. Yeah. I had to get work done on my car, so I got that taken care of. I got my house in order. Dude, my wife left town for the week, and I swear, I've just gotten so productive without having someone to bank on to take care of everything in the house. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, what have I been doing? Do you know what? I've just been prepping for this show, but I found it this is very feminine, strangely satisfying clearing out my closet. Yeah. But when I say my closet, listen, you don't understand, right? We got a decent place. You call it the half mansion, whatever. We got a walk-in closet. You couldn't walk in. It had got to a point where it was just a pile, a sea of clothing on the floor. All my good shit hung up. But, because, sponsors, I'm very lucky. They send you some stuff and this and that. And, that's too good. I've worn it a few times, but it's too good to throw away. And I'll do something with it. And over years, I've been accumulating so much shit. And then today, even though I was busy, I cleared out my closet, So there it is. Been cleaning out my closet, in the words of Eminem.
You gonna have a yard sale? Oh.
And no. I just took it down the charity place and just give it to them all. Suits, all kinds of stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this is what you call grade A filler.
How we feeling? Dude, this is an advertisement for the Greater Orange County Goodwill. Because I'll tell you right now, if you're in the area, stop by, dude. Hit every single Goodwill place you can. If you're what are you, size 36?
34, bro.
Oh, all right. Sorry to offend. Dude,
no offense.
I haven't been below a 38 since high school.
I've been 34 my entire life. I've never gone above a 34. Callum's a 40 right now. God bless him. He's a big old boy. No, Canyon Rim Elementary School, Anaheim Hills. They have a place where you just, I don't know what you call it. You just drop clothes off there, like a clothes bin or something.
Goodwill or whatever.
Yeah. Well, there's about 5 garbage bags. There's suits in there. There's a lot of designer shit. So if you guys are in the area and you need some clothing, or you just need something. Or you just need something to start a fire with. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot there. Go and get it.
Oh man.
All right. So
People keep
we're
saying
looking.
I'm low. Am I low to you guys?
A
No,
little
you
bit.
don't seem low to me.
I got planes flying by, so I'm
I
trying.
tell you
not
what
to
I'm going to
make
do. I'm
fucking
going to
weird
open the
sounds.
chat at my end as well, so we can talk to the people in the chat.
You can see it on the side in.
Yeah, no, I'll just pop it out at my end.
Sure.
Pop it out. Talk amongst yourselves for 1 second.
All
They
right.
just keep showing this Leon Edwards head kick highlight, and it's pretty devastating to see. Oh man, there it is again.
Pop out the chat. There it is.
Yeah. I mean,
now we got it. Now I can speak to you people. I
There
never
you
thought to do that before.
I'm
Brian,
so
you are
nervous.
quite low, the saying.
Yep.
David Allen Productions, thank you very much. Appreciate that, buddy. We've got super chats up here. David Allen Bisping is absolutely shit housed, and I love it. No, I'm not. I am sober as a judge. Anthony May, you guys, green screen are messed up. Yeah, they are.
It's not a green screen. It's just internal StreamYard thing.
And I have Pounce. He says, "Cheers, fellas. I'm gonna tongue punch someone after the fights." All right. Well, I don't know what's a tongue punch when it's
where at.
Yeah, I mean that's really what it comes down to, because if you think about it, right? Like if you were throwing a jab with your tongue, it's either going in some girl's mouth or any other orifice you could
We're on YouTube.
That's why I said orifice.
Yeah. Anthony is going to get smoked tonight, boys. Well, user B. I mean, I don't know why I'm responding to that. I just read them out as I see them. Well, that's not very nice. What, you've come here just to hate? Is that what you're doing with your Saturday night, you little prick? You thought, I know, I'm going to go somewhere and talk shit. Do you know what that says to me? That says to me that you need to get a life. That he basically noticed me. Oh, Caesar Pent. I'm noticing everyone right now. Those backgrounds worked about as good as Manscaped.
You're really coming at Manscaped. Well, my beard looks this good thanks to my Manscaped beard trimmer. Come on now. Don't come at the king.
Manscaped is great stuff. It really is. I've got the weed whacker for the nose hair yesterday. Bro, it had its work cut out from there. He is there, Smith on the pads, warming up, taking it easy. So we were saying on the show, my nose hair was out of control, bro. Right. And I will give the weed whacker a 5-star, because when I looked in the mirror, I had nostril hair coming out of the end of the nose. And I'm like, I'm definitely getting fucking old. Do you know what I mean? Because I got to take care of that. And it was a very satisfying sound. And you could hear it all chopping it like a lawnmower going through all the shit. And I was like, there we go. We're back in the game.
I've been using that thing for years. I have old man nose hair for years. I'm 10 years younger than you.
Adnei Nagy from Spain. Arriba Eliataporia. Well, he's got a tough one next month, buddy, or whenever that bloody fight is. Whenever the fight is. But it's a good one. Can't wait for it. How are you feeling, you two? Are you...
I'm sweating nervous.
Sweating nervous. Sweating bullets.
I don't know, man. I just saw... So, like, I don't know. Like when I saw Chris Avila come out, and get lose to Artem Lobov right before Conor versus Nate 2, that was a good omen to me for the Conor, versus Nate Diaz 2 fight. Tim Elliott coming in with just 2 practices and getting a pretty dominant first round submission win. I feel like it's a good night for older guys. I feel like it's a good night for people on short notice. So
yeah, that's great. But it doesn't mean anything.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I appreciate the positivity you're trying to put forward, but just because one fight goes a certain way, oh my God. And the reason I can say this with a little bit more authority, shout out Brian there. Look at that. Wiedenhoff loves a Brian.
Oh, appreciate it.
Because whenever I would fight, of which there was many, we'd be in the locker room and you do try and like kind of form these narratives. Like, oh, it's a good night for the blue corner. Or we'd be like, everyone in this locker room has won tonight. We're going to win. And then you get beat. You know what I mean? Or you're like, no one in here has lost. Do you know what I mean? Or, just things like that.
Mm-hmm.
None of it matters. None of it matters. It is down to the individual. And the reality is, I firmly believe, as I said on Thursday, Anthony's the better guy everywhere. He is. He's the better technical striker. He's a better wrestler. He's by far better jiu-jitsu, more experience. He's the bigger guy naturally. So it all points towards Anthony. But at the end of the day, when 2 people throw down, you never know what's going to happen. I do think if I was to give Khalil an advantage, it will probably be raw power. Probably. You know what I mean? But there you go. I think all the other advantages go to Anthony. Potentially, probably conditioning as well because it's short notice. You know.
Yeah, I mean, somebody today sent me like a picture. He was like, "Oh, I don't know how locked in Anthony is for this fight," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me, dude?" And he sent me a picture of him weighing in 2018 versus him weighing in yesterday, and I was like, "Dog, he had 10 days to prepare for this. Like, you can't compare somebody who's coming out of I think it was literally preparing for the John Jones fight, right, the biggest fight of your life, to a fight you took 10 days ago. That's crazy."
Yeah. No, I mean, even Tom Aspinall, I mean, he's a heavyweight, but he looked a bit chunkier because he took the fight on short notice. You take the fight on short notice, you're not going to be in quite as good shape as what you would have been if you trained for 10 weeks. That's what it's great. It's a crazy concept. It's a crazy concept. Okay.
Yeah. But I got on that guy's case is all I'm going to say.
What are my thoughts on Morning Combat? I don't watch Morning Combat, although I do see some of their clips, David Allen Productions. I see some of it. I think Luke Thomas is a good mind for the sport. I don't agree with everything that he says, but that's okay. You're not supposed to. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinions, but he's a smart man. He knows the sport. So, yeah, fair play to him. I wish him all the success. I've got nothing against Luke Thomas. I actually quite like him. This is good. Bubster Johnson. Do we think Ian Gary will skip the press conference and go sit in his corner and let his wag wife answer everything? What do you think, boys?
Bro. Can we talk about how funny what Lorosenko said earlier was?
What did she say?
She called him Machado Gary?
Yeah, that's his name, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's his name. Okay. His name is Ian Machado Gary.
Wouldn't
the Machado
your name
bit
go first if you took the other name, though?
Well, it would. Oh God. See, I never thought about that part. Oh, without question.
Right.
Well, number one, you wouldn't take. I wouldn't. I'd say, listen, you're marrying me. You take my name. Otherwise, we're not getting married. Right.
Well, of course. But
that's the situation. I'm not being Michael Sidgwick Bisping. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh man.
But I also wouldn't let Rebecca be my manager. I'm not talking shit about Gary. We're just talking about specifics.
So Wait, just real quick about the specifics on this. What would be the punishment if he did skip the press conference and was like, "Yo, I just don't want to get bullied by Colby Covington"? Like, do they fine him? Like, what's the?
Well, the thing is this: will he even be there? Because I don't know if you saw this, but he says now he's scared for his family's life about coming to America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Harrington, obviously you pretend to keep up with the sport of mixed martial arts, but you don't. You just do the notes in the morning. Yeah, no, there was some video coming. I was like, I don't know if it's safe for my family to come to America now. Well, I'm not talking shit, but just don't bring the family then. You're going to work. You're going to a fight. Don't bring the baby. Leave the baby.
So does everybody else have Khalil walking out right now?
I do.
Yeah, I got Khalil walking out. He just did a little U-turn back to his team.
Yep.
Was that Eric Nixick? Syndicate MMA, is it? I believe.
I do not know.
Cheers, Danny G. German. BYM. If you're going to keep going, finish the sentence.
Sorry. Bro. So I did text you about this earlier.
Otherwise, don't talk. One or the other. Say it or don't say it, Harrington.
I say it and spray it constantly. Is it me or does it seem like he's kind of limping a little bit? Like, is that just how his gait is, or what's up with that?
I didn't see it. Maybe he's just doing a gangster limp.
Yeah, I'm going to say maybe just cool, Harrington. You know what I mean? And stop. Listen, you did this last time. I'm going to put you in timeout on the live. If you overreact to everything, okay? Because not only will you annoy me, and listen, everyone's like, "It's been so mean to Harrington," right? Shut the fuck up. If you overreact to everything, and like if Anthony's shadow boxing from 5 feet away and does that, and you go, "Whoa, whoa," you're gonna ruin the experience for everyone.
Sorry.
Right, Brian?
I get it. Just give me the high sign. I'll kill his camera.
Yeah, that's not. I'll do it myself.
There he is. He's gone.
Honestly, I kind of like it better that way.
Yeah, but you're not being in the middle, bro.
No.
Oh dear.
Mikey in the middle. We know.
Oh God. I tell you what. Look at Khalil though. He does look jacked, doesn't he?
He's fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. He's freaking jacked.
Oh, don't worry about it. He is big though, man. Here's Anthony.
Ice cold as always.
Yeah.
Anthony's already. Okay, I'm a little behind you guys.
We got him just walking out right now. He's just turned the corner.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. All right. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, what is it? What is he had? 50-odd fights, something like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, he's made this walk many, many times.
Oh yeah.
And that, I guess, I mean, listen, it's great. It is, experience is great. Obviously, you know, I say it about all fighters, so I'm saying it about Anthony. Mileage on the clock can be seen as a good thing, as a bad thing. Experience is fantastic to have. It can also be, you know, wear and tear on the body. It also, having the experience allows you to be calmer in these situations, because younger guys use up too much nervous energy in these kind of moments, whereas he's done it a lot. The flip side of that could be that you don't necessarily respect the magnitude of what's going on because you've done it so many times. So there's always pluses and minuses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you ever get to that point? Like, I know I think it was Cowboy was saying, like, he came out for a fight and he couldn't even get like excited. Like, he never got nervous. He never got amped. It was just, you know, like he was flat the whole time. Could never get nerves for it.
Yeah. No, I wish. No, I was never in that point.
You hear the people who talk about, like, when you lose that's when you're done. You know, when you lose the fear. Like, you're like, I guess I have to be done.
Yeah, no, you're right, Brian. You're absolutely right. Because once that, and that's what I'm alluding to, it could be a good thing or a bad thing. The bad side of it is that when you get to a point now where it's just like, and I'm not saying Anthony's doing this, by the way, you know, where you just punch it in for the day, you're taking a paycheck, you know, and that's obviously when, you know, you're not chasing the title anymore. That's not the case here. We know Anthony is 100%. So let's go. Almost time. You know, if he pulls it off, what a legendary move.
Puts him in the talks for title shot, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, it certainly gets him a step closer. The reality is there's, I mean, what, off the top of my head, the light heavyweight division, who's next?
We were talking about this earlier, Harrington.
Yeah, there's a few people. There's Rakic. Well, hold on. Who just pulled out? Blachowicz just pulled out.
Yeah.
So there's Rakic there. Who's the next fight? Is it not lined up already?
It's Walker versus Ankalaev, but there's also Jamal Hill is when he comes back from injury. But who knows when that's going to be?
Let me just see.
6'4". So he's got the 3-inch. 3 inches bigger.
Gutierrez versus Yadong.
I was wondering, did anybody hear it? Did he come out to Return of the Mac, or did he have a new song?
No, I didn't hear it. I've got 4 kids right above me upstairs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna smash their heads in. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons in Lucas's room, right?
And that's that loud.
I don't know what they're doing. They are making a lot of noise, okay? And they're right above me. Sometimes when I'm doing videos and stuff, Lucas rolls around on his gaming chair and the noise it makes through the wood flooring. And now they're all stamping their feet and stuff. It's like, bro, I'm going to come in there. They're nice, sweet little kids. I went in there. They're all, hello, Mr. Bisping. I'm like, relax, guys. You know, just call me legend. Do you want a pizza? You know, I was trying to make them all feel at home. But I'll tell you what, shut up! Right, here we go.
Bell's about to ring.
Tell your time in the round beginning for the sync.
Well, it is what it is, Anthony. Brian. Sorry, Harrington.
Whatever your name is.
Yeah.
They just came out at each other.
All right, so Anthony pushing forward early.
450 right now.
Yeah. A lot of movement from Khalil. I think Khalil probably expects Anthony to try and take him down. That's why he's moving. He doesn't want to get pinned up against the fence. High guard from Anthony.
Oh, Khalil shooting at a strong straight.
Yeah, but he hit fresh air. He was nowhere near him.
He keeps trying to swing that overhand.
There we go. Anthony lifting that leg up, he's probably obsessing a little bit over leg kicks and whatnot. But the problem with that is that when you lift that leg up like that, you can't do much. You're off balance. There's a nice head kick from Anthony, though.
Low kick from Anthony.
Yeah. Counter right.
Khalil coming in with a 1-2.
They're both kind of settling down now. Anthony was walking forward. Khalil now. As I said, they've settled down. He was moving around. He was skirting around the octagon a lot.
I don't like
kind
that.
Of settled down. Go on.
Anthony pushing back to the fence.
Yeah, I don't like every time Anthony is getting like a touched at all, it's 2 to 3 steps back.
Oh,
What do you mean?
grappling up.
Like it's there's never an exchange. Anytime Khalil lands, Anthony's moving straight back.
Yeah, well, he's avoided getting hit, so
Okay.
Khalil's
had one fight against Boogerbeard.
Fair.
Khalil's doing mean shit recently that you don't usually see, but it's not necessarily illegal. Like the grinding his forehead right into his jaw, and he was doing.
Yeah, no, but that's where the head needs to be.
Oh,
That
sure.
head needs to be there. That's called head position. So if they don't have the correct head position, you're not controlling your opponent. So that head driving into the side there, that acts as like a third hand almost.
Trying to
So
keep 'em straight
because you
up.
control them up against the fence. Instead of using your arms, you use your head. There's a little
the
wild
middle.
exchange there. I think, was it Khalil just missed with an elbow?
Oh,
Oh, that's a good shot for Khalil,
it
though.
was.
I don't know if it landed flush.
That body shot looked like it was vicious.
Have you guys got your commentary on?
I do not.
No, me neither. Me neither. For obvious reasons.
Yeah, we
Can't
don't
listen
need
to
it.
that, listen to you, stream everything all at once.
That's right.
I'm wondering when Anthony's going to shoot.
Like that could just be a thing where, you know, you kind of just try to get, I don't know, like what makes sense. Like in my mind, a minute 30 left in the first round, it makes sense to start taking those shots.
Yeah, but it's not
Anthony's-
necessarily like that. It's not necessarily like that at all. You know what I mean? If you want to take it's what's going on in the fight, it's how you feel. Sometimes you might want to shoot in the first 30 seconds, but just the way the opponent's moving, he's not giving you an option to. And that's very hard to explain unless you've been in there. I've been in fights where the whole training camp, you spend 2 months shooting double leg takedowns and trying to execute a game plan. And then on the night when you're in there, just the way they were, wasn't allowing it. Anthony's opened up.
Looks like
Is
a
that his
little cut
eye,
over
his nose?
Yeah.
I think it's his nose.
Either
No,
way.
it's above his eye. It's on the eyebrow.
Yeah.
Switching
Oh.
stances quite a bit.
Khalil's sharp with those counters.
Yeah.
He's looking fast.
He sure is.
Ooh.
Anthony's playing the hand fighting game right now.
It's going to be interesting because obviously Anthony's going to try and come out and try and get the job early. I mean, I'm sure he can go 3 rounds, but can he sustain the same kind of pace that Khalil can? That's the big question. And that's always the danger of taking a short notice fight. Obviously, anytime you take a short notice fight, the game plan is let's go out there and try and get the job done early.
Right, but I think for somebody like Khalil who's carrying that much muscle, won't he naturally wear a lot quicker than Anthony?
Well, yes and no. You can still go 3 rounds if you push it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just how strong are you mentally. You know what I mean? Mentally, you can always push to the next level. Oh, nice body kick and nice left for Khalil, but Anthony counters nicely there. Nice right hand, but Khalil swinging, but Anthony stung him with the right there, I think.
Yeah, and Khalil's
Yeah.
missed quite a lot with
Yeah.
huge shots.
Yeah, no, the thing is, it's like, are you willing to push it to the next level? You know what I mean? You feel tired, but the reality is you can't always push it. You can always dig deep, you know, and that depends on Khalil or whoever it is inside the octagon. Like I've been running with Callum. Oh, shit, left, right.
Yeah.
All right, left for Khalil. I mean, Anthony's
Khalil
hurt.
connects again.
He's hurt.
Yeah. Oh.
He's getting a little cocky, though, and he's swinging like a motherfucker. He's got to be careful. Talking
Yeah, I mean,
about
how many of
Khalil.
those can you be throwing? Those
What,
huge
wild haymakers.
Yeah, you know.
Coming up with your hands all the way down. Like literally one hand at your hip.
How are you guys? How is your heart's not just beating out of your chest right now?
Well, I mean,
You're a
I'm
professional, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. That was a 10-9 round for Khalil. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's keeping me calm because I think a couple seconds behind you guys. So as long as you guys are not freaking out, then I know I'm good.
Anthony looks like he's all right though. He's not breathing heavy.
Yeah. I want to know what they I do want to know what this corner's saying a little bit.
That body
Let's have a
kick was
look here.
rough. They're showing the highlights from the round right now.
Yeah, nice body kick
Ooh,
there.
that cut is nasty.
Yeah.
That was the best shot for Khalil. Nice job by the highlight crew because that was a good right left for Khalil.
Right at the end of the round.
He landed
there, yeah.
more. He landed the bigger shots as well. But round one, still 2 more to go.
There's a lot of mean people in the chat right now. Not a big fan of all that.
Also,
really? I haven't seen the chat because I'm not looking at it whatsoever. I'm looking at the fight. But of course, that's what people do. There's a lot of haters out there. Why were they saying?
They're just talking about Anthony.
That first round was better for Anthony than the first round against Ryan Spann.
Sure.
Well, listen, he's losing right now. That's probably why I haven't seen the chat, but if that's what they're saying, then, let's be honest, they're accurate. But the fight's not over. And it's not how you start. We're 1 round in. We're a third down. There's 10 minutes in an octagon is a long time.
They're trading elbows.
Trading elbows. 10 minutes in an octagon is a long time.
Oh.
That's a nice combo for Anthony.
Anthony's peppering him up.
Yeah, that was nice work. Fast hands there.
Oh, Anthony's wobbled.
Oh, shit. He's wobbled. Yeah. He needs this.
Yep.
He's in deep, but it's treetop at him. They're heavy shots, though, from Khalil.
They sure are.
Anthony's
I don't know if he has his legs back.
Shit. Yeah. He's covering up. He needs to get on his bike. He needs to move around the octagon a little bit and just take a few deep breaths and recover fully, as opposed to walking forward, pulling with the hand.
Yeah, well, Khalil didn't follow up, so he might be tired as well. Oh, am I peaking now? I went from being super low.
I don't know if you're peaking.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. Let's have a look. What was it that got him? It's that lead right hook from Khalil. He generates a lot of power.
Yeah. Anthony looks like he's back in it right now.
Yeah, no, he's recovered. Generally, those kind of shots that wobble you need 20, 30 seconds or so, and then you find the effects wear off. It's not permanent.
Anthony was good about getting his chin back out of the way of that same shot.
Yeah.
Again.
Can you hear that noise above my head?
Oh, I can hear
that.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Yeah, well, you want to hear how loud it sounds in here. Jesus Christ.
Anthony with a nice jab there.
Yeah, popped him there.
Oh, getting out of the way of that.
Oof, that was close. Khalil swinging, man. He's got a lot of power.
Yeah, I wonder how much gas he has when he's swinging this hard, though. I can imagine Anthony tries to go for another takedown soon.
Well, there's still 2 minutes, half the round left, pretty much. So, nice little front kick from Anthony.
He's been throwing that. It's been landing the whole fight.
Yeah, Khalil is swinging like with nothing but power shots, of course. I'm going to text Rebecca, please ask those kids to be quiet. Jesus fucking Christ.
Popping him with that jab the whole time. Oh,
yes,
man.
seems like he's timing it well enough to bait out his counters, and then
can I just say something, boys? Do you know the amount of abuse I get for biased commentary? Right? You guys could never do this for a living.
No,
because
absolutely not.
Listen, you're not getting paid to do it. But it's hilarious.
Like, here's a paycheck.
No, I know. He's got to be careful on these. I mean, I want him to go forward, but he's got to be careful because when he closes the range like that, that's where Khalil's swinging those massive, massive hooks.
Those elbows, that elbow is super close too.
Yeah.
Yeah, cuts open back up.
Pace is slow. Oh, it's that lead right from Khalil.
Yeah.
But his pace has slowed for sure. He's not swinging with the same ferocity. Anthony's got a nice high guard, though. He does block a lot of them. You see he's got his hands on his face for the most part. Then he brings it up high. So he's doing a good job of blocking a lot. He's still obviously getting caught, still taking shots, but he's still very much in the fight.
That high kick.
Yeah, that was nice. It was blocked, but still you still feel it. Still gets through. And it still looks good for the judges. And it also sends your opponent a message that you still got to be respected, that I'm still very much in this fight. Throwing powerful shots. Go on.
Anthony's big and thick, and it's like no pause, and and you throw a kick like that, you feel it, like you said.
Oh no, for sure. But it can slow down what your opponent does because you got to be wary. You got to be wary what's coming back your way. Oof. Nice little right hand there.
All right, 5 seconds left.
5
take it
seconds
easy.
left. Not too many low kicks tonight. There's been a
No.
couple from Khalil, but nothing crazy.
Anthony threw a couple back. No big deal. So, Harry, you brought it up earlier. You saw how
Let's have a look at the chat.
Alex
Go on.
Pereira was checking those low kicks in his last fight, where he was hooking his leg, the leg that's not being kicked behind the other one, and blocking it with his heel.
Yeah, whatever. It's a bit of fun. Let's just talk to the people in the chat for a second, boys, while we've got a minute, because I've just been ignoring them.
Sure.
Love you, leave Bisping, legend, keep up the pace, do well. That didn't make sense. Mike's like a woman always talking about his diet. I literally haven't mentioned it one time.
Wow.
Anthony needs to kick a bit more. Maybe. He needs a KO. Well, he does need to finish this round, I think. Regrettably, you two agree, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah, somebody in the chat says it could be 1-1. I don't know about that. When Anthony got wobbled, I'm pretty sure that gave the round to Khalil.
Exactly.
I'm trying to do the mental gymnastics on it.
Yeah, of course you are.
Anthony looks even better than in the span fight, but he's in front of a tough guy. You're right, he does. He doesn't look bad. He doesn't look bad at all. Khalil's just had the bigger moments. He's had the bigger moments, and he's swinging with such ferocity. It does grab the judge's attention. Of course, it's judged on damage. And I think that, well, the damage is on the side of Khalil right now. Yeah. Corner have done a good job of cleaning him up. It's just superficial stuff, but the blood never looks good. It never looks good.
That was a heavy body kick by Khalil. But Anthony's chasing him down. Oh, geez.
Ooh, nice
swinging
right hand.
For the fences.
Nice
Using
right
the
hand again.
Now, Khalil.
Okay. All right.
Giving him the shimmy hands.
That's a nice right hand. It didn't find the mark, but it's snappy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anthony is done.
What do you mean? He's done?
Did you watch? Are you caught up?
I'm on 4 minutes 17 of the third round.
The fight is over. The fight is over, boys. He got TKO.
All right, well, you just shut up a second because I haven't seen it. Are we not? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, fuck. It's over for sure. Ah, shit.
Sorry, I thought we
No, you're good. You're a few seconds ahead. It's all good.
I'm very happy Khalil didn't follow up with the big old shot he had loaded up, thankfully.
Yep. I mean, God bless him for that, because other people would have done. I've been on the receiving end of them. But, hey, that's it. That's the game. That's the fucking game. You dare to be great. You know what I mean? I think
that uppercut was nasty. The follow-up hook, he definitely did not see coming.
And still down. That's not good.
I didn't like. I don't want to say it, but I didn't like this from the day I found out about it. I thought it was. Yeah. I didn't like it at all. I did not like it one little bit. But Khalil looked good. You got to give it to him. Khalil looked good. He's a nice guy. He's a class act. You can't sit here and shit on him. You know what I mean? He looks good. He looks good.
That uppercut was nasty.
It's a brutal sport. You know what I mean? And people see fighters that they care about, people that they care about lose fights all the time. And that's it. You know what I mean? 2 men step in there, 2 men, 2 women, 50% go home losers. And that's the hard thing. It's that lead right hand. That lead right hand of Khalil's is beautiful. He was threatening the right hook all night. And then it was the uppercut. It was a beautiful shot, to be fair. Fuck. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It was a rough one. That was a rough loss to watch for sure. But at least he didn't. He's sitting up. He looks like he's good. They just shook hands.
Well, it is. All right, let's have a look at this chat then, because that was a shame. But hey, it is what it is. You live to fight another day. What did I say, Bisping? I don't know, mate. There's about fucking thousands of people, and it's all flying down like Speedy Gonzalez. So I have no idea what you said. If you were chatting shit, unlucky, bro. That's how the game goes. It is. That's how the game goes. You know what I mean? For anybody in this chat talking shit, I'll just say this. What have you done with yourself? What have you done with your life? When have you put yourself out there and dared to do something wild? When have you taken a chance? When have you stepped into a ring or a boxing ring or whatever? Now, granted, you don't have to, right? Let's look at the flip side. You're fans, you know what I mean? And when you support a sport, when you watch a sport, you're entitled to your opinions. But all I'm saying is look at the human element, you know what I mean? That is a human being there that, So, it's not quite the same as a football game or hockey or whatever. Someone's just got cracked, dropped, and he's not happy. But other than that, as fans, you have the right to say whatever you want to say, but no point being a dick about it.
Hey, man.
Bisping is the best. Well, thank you. I don't know what for.
You're just being you.
Oh, then let's have a listen to Paul.
They might kill the broadcast if they pick it up, but just a little bit.
Yeah, no, yeah, it won't pick it up.
It's got the second longest active win streak in the division. I mean, dude, let's not get this twisted at all. Khalil Rountree, right, since he's come back from Thailand, has looked like an absolute monster, and this guy could be on his own run right now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I said it before we got on air. When he came back from Thailand, he looked like a whole new man.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, he's the real deal. That's why I do think it wasn't smart to take that fight. But I'm not Anthony Smith. I don't know how much he was training. He says that he was. So Oh shit! It was a heavy shot though, weren't it? I mean, it's not a nice visual. I hate seeing that.
It was a bad.
It was a real. You got to respect that. An old boxing coach of mine used to always say he doesn't like to see people get knocked out. He doesn't like to see the somebody led on the floor unconscious, but you can admire the beauty of the shot. And that's absolutely right. That was a beautiful lead uppercut. And you don't really see them utilized that well as that in mixed martial arts that frequently. So good for Rountree, man. Good. I'm absolutely gutted for Anthony, of course. Of course, it goes without saying. I think most people are.
You could see Khalil was loading it up for pretty much the whole round, or the whole previous round.
No man alive could take that shot.
Nah,
all right.
That was a bad
Harrington, what are you looking up at? You're looking up. Is your chat upstairs?
No, it's the TV is over there.
Sorry. Right. Oh no,
yeah.
you don't have to apologize.
I have it on my phone too in front of me. I'm locked in for this. This is
No, you're good. I was making conversation. It's not sad. It's not sad.
No. It's a friend. It's somebody who I consider a friend. Somebody who I've gone to for advice with kids stuff. Someone on
of
a
course,
personal level. It is sad to see Anthony get knocked out.
He wouldn't want you saying that it's sad.
Okay, fair enough.
He would not want you sitting on here and saying that it's sad. You go out there as fucking warriors. You're warriors, and you dare to be great, and you take a chance, and you fight. Sitting around and being a fucking pussy about it afterwards is not what he would want to do. It's not what you won't want to go, oh, I'm so sad. No, you have respect. Nothing changes. You still have fucking respect. He still went out there and fought his ass off. Sitting around and moping about it and saying it's sad is not what people want to hear. It's like, shit, man, we're devastated for you. We're gutted for you. But, what's he saying, Brian?
Khalil just called out Alex P, obviously. He said, he wants to fight in Vegas and bring the belt back.
What, to America?
Yeah.
Him and Colby Covington.
I mean, although I'm super excited to see Colby Covington fight, I'm pretty sure he's going to get knocked out. But, I'm a big fan.
No, going back to what you were saying, I'm devastated for him.
So, I mean, all right,
of course,
on the flip
side, but it's like it doesn't. You don't want people sitting there feeling sorry for you and sympathy. It's so disappointing and it's devastating. Of course it is, but it's like that is the game. That is, and when you get to a certain point, you understand that and the career trajectory and all the rest of it. But that's what comes. That's what's at stake in this game. You know what I mean? You step in there, you try, and you win or you lose. You know what I mean? And yeah, we're all disappointed. Fucking right, we are. But he doesn't want everyone feeling sorry for him.
Yeah. So on the flip side, I'm grateful Anthony gets to, have a nice Christmas with his family, not worry about a fight, have, the worries of a training camp and all that. It's like, yeah, enjoy the time with your family. And I'm happy for that for him.
Oh, no, listen, it's not the result, not any one of us wanted. I'm devastated for him. It's fucking brought the mood down in this little fucking party, hasn't it?
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. I'm like, for fuck's sake, it's not what we wanted. It's not how we expected this going. In hindsight, this whole fucking shebang was a bad idea. Like, right. Are we ever going to do one of these where he fucking wins? And we're just like, okay, that's great. Pop the champagne, let's go.
No, it's here's the thing. It's not Mike.
It's Harrington.
He
It's
won
me.
the last one we did.
It's Harrington.
He won the last one we did.
No, dude. Mike was working commentary for that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. We were watching that one.
Yeah, we were watching that one together.
Listen, it's a tough sport, man. It's a really, really tough sport. And listen, God bless him. Fair play. That's why you've got to respect every man or woman that steps in there. Simple as that. Because, you know,
it was a banger fight.
It was a good fight. 100%. It was a good fight. And he showed up and he gave it his best.
Hell yeah.
You know,
it was a great fight. You know, I'm proud of Anthony for taking it on 2 weeks and giving it that kind of a show.
So Time to Pete says here, and this is good. He says, do you feel like fighters that get into the broadcasting side take a hit to their careers, their fight careers, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out? I understand why you're saying that, and I understand why you're coming to that conclusion because of Anthony doing that and obviously what happened here tonight. But no, that's not the case at all. And I would be a great example of that not being the case. I was doing the broadcast side of stuff since 2012. I was on Fox Sports for 7 years and I became champion of the world and I defended the belt and I won some great fights. I lost some fights, of course, but that right there would be my immediate go-to. It all depends on the individual. Everything's always on the individual. You know, you can't have these hard and fast rules. It all depends. What are you doing on the outside? What are you doing, you know, during the week? How well are you looking after yourself? How dedicated are you to training and things like that? You know, so just because someone's doing broadcast doesn't mean it's good or bad. You could argue that it makes you even more dedicated. You could argue that it makes you even more on the straight and narrow and not partying at the weekends because you're fucking on TV. Do you know what I mean?
And also you're watching tape on everybody.
Correct. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and people that aren't necessarily, you know, let's just extend the conversation. If you have, because most people do something with their weekends. Most people are doing something, you know, and if you're not working on TV, studying the fight game, talking about the fight game, being around the fight game, well, then what are you doing? It's probably nothing that's as good as that because no one trains necessarily on the weekend. You might have the odd Saturday morning training session, you know what I mean? But you're not having hard sparring. You're not doing wrestling. You're not doing jiu-jitsu, you know? And being around the fight game more can inspire you. Being around big fights and seeing champions and all the rest of it makes you think, shit, that could be me even more. Because you guys see it on TV. You want to be there at the arena. You want to see it after a championship fight has gone down. And then the fighter who just won the belt with his team and his coaches and all the rest of it walk up and you come up to the TV studio or the broadcast section and you get to see it and witness it firsthand. That's so inspiring. Certainly as a fighter that's aspiring to that. So, you know, I understand why you say that or why you ask the question. Again, you can play it both ways.
Fair enough.
Do you have a prediction for this next fight?
Do you know, I don't. I would expect Gutierrez to get it done because Gutierrez is phenomenal. I was just trying to bring up his... Harrington, why did you say it like that? Fair enough. You didn't even ask the question. It's not like I'm going against your... Are you okay? Do you need to cry? Do you need a tissue?
No, I definitely don't need to cry. I don't need a tissue.
Cry. And that's nice. And that's great. And Anthony would be happy. Cry it up.
What is with this narrative that I'm woke, that I'm a pussy, that I'm
whoa, Brian. Who said that? Did anyone say that? Who said that?
Sad.
I just said, do you need a tissue?
I don't need a tissue.
All right. Because I can't give you one. I'm in fucking California.
Can you believe this? Gutierrez is over a 3-1 underdog in this fight.
What?
Yeah.
3-1. I know. I think I saw that.
Dude, it's nuts. I can't, like, I understand. I respect for Song Yadong. He's very, very, he's a great fighter. He's got a win over Cheeto, if I'm not mistaken. It happened at featherweight, but he's got a very solid resume. But I can't imagine anybody being that big of a favorite over Chris Gutierrez. That guy's a beast.
Yeah, no, he is a beast.
So you're saying I should put a couple of bucks on him?
Put a couple of bucks on him? On who, Gutierrez?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Leave my name out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Fighters can't gamble, and I don't gamble. It's weird, isn't it?
Really?
When we could gamble, I never did. And now I've been told we can't gamble. I'm like, well, that's not good, is it?
So,
you know, like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
When did that happen? You're not allowed to bet on any fights?
That happened recently. like within the last year.
The whole James Krause situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And then like family members and stuff, they know they have ways and means and algorithms and they're stealing your data, everybody.
They are
stealing your data, everybody.
Dude,
They are.
listen.
And guess what? Who gives a fuck? Just get on with your life. It's not going to affect you one little bit. Just get on with your life.
You're not getting it back.
Says the guys streaming to YouTube from their homes.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See this phone? They got all the data they need. Who cares?
Yeah.
Only thing I can't do because of that is gamble. And I never gambled anyway, as I said. So Song Yudong, 4-1 in his last 5. The one loss coming to Corey Sandhagen, which of course, no shame there. Chris Gutierrez, let me just bring up his record here. I like watching Chris Gutierrez fight. Wow, look at this. Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 8-fight win streak, 1 draw. Lost to Pedro Munoz, beat Elerting Haley. So he's on some form, man. 20-5 overall. 10 stoppages.
Yeah, he's got the Frankie Edgar win fairly recently too, right? That was I feel like that was within the last like year or two.
The ghost of Frankie Edgar.
Jesus.
Still though.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm not dissing Frankie Edgar. I'm saying that it's like Kelvin Gastelum beat the ghost of Michael Bisping. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
He didn't fucking beat me, bro. You know what I mean? I just been choked out 2 weeks before it and I was fucking overtrained to the max. I will fucking rip a motherfucker's head off.
You were retired by then, pretty much.
Do you know what? He beat the ghost of Frankie Edgar. And Chris Gutierrez, he was so nice. I remember that afterwards. He took no satisfaction in that. And he's beautiful to watch. His kickboxing, just his all-round game is phenomenal.
I do think there is something to that, though. I think there is something to that, though. When it is like a quote-unquote ghost of, you know, when it's a guy who's like announced this is my retirement fight, whoever they do match you up against, like I feel like that typically is the UFC telling me like this is a guy to watch out for. Like this is somebody who we do believe, you know, could have a real run here in the next couple of years. So I've had my eye on Gutierrez since then, and he hasn't disappointed. Very, very, very entertaining fights throughout. Yeah.
No, he is. No, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of him as a person because he's always so he's a man of few words, let's put it like that. He's a man of few words. He doesn't talk shit. He struggles with the mental side of it a lot. Every time I've spoken to him when we do fighter meetings, it's the mentality. But when you look at his record, he doesn't struggle. But mentally, he has some demons there. He's had some personal problems, which I won't get into because it's not my place to say that he shared with us, you know, some family stuff and stuff like that. But he's a beast in the octagon. Well, unbelievable.
He was just doing somersaults. You see that?
Can you do a somersault?
Me?
Can you do a somersault, Harrington?
I bet I could. I haven't tried since I was 6 or 7, but I bet I could.
Grab your toes.
Harrington can do anything. Harrington.
You don't.
Go on, do it, Harrington. Do it. Yes.
Space for activities in my living room.
Well, you're showing us the back of your TV, or what is that? A hat?
You need to dust, bro.
You need to dust.
This is just gonna be like it's.
Oh no!
Nobody saw anything. You
didn't do it.
What?
You didn't.
You guys didn't see it?
No, you have like a quarter inch of a frame to.
I'm hoping that's your hand.
That is my
hand. Or is that your belly?
No, right. I legitimately I hurt my neck doing that, and you're telling me you didn't get it at all.
No.
Oh, that stinks. It was such a perfectly executed somersault. I'm so mad.
So perfect. So perfect.
I mean, probably not because I don't think you're supposed to injure yourself doing it, but man, I got ass over tea kettle.
Well, do you think Paul Craig can do a backflip, standing backflip?
I bet he could.
Are we going to find out?
You think Paul Craig can do a standing backflip when he's had loads of vodka and whiskey?
Probably not.
Well, we're going to find out.
Oh, yeah?
Because he's going to do it. And some of the stories, because we did a little research call for the show, like stuff we can talk about and ask him about. I felt very professional. I remember I went on the Conan O'Brien show, and that's what they did. So I'm like, guys, just going to do a little research call. And Jesus Christ, some of the things that Paul Craig has done in his life, he's hilarious. I said, And you're happy to talk about this? I says, hey, absolutely. I don't give a fuck, mate. And I'm like, you're my new favorite person. Jesus Christ.
Well, as long as it's not being
good.
filmed, talk about whatever.
Well, it's not being filmed.
Well,
and I'm making sure people better fuck off with their phones.
People better go to myticket.co.uk and go buy tickets to Tales from the Octagon.
That's why you're the man, Brian. That's why you're the man. Harrington's over there crying himself to sleep.
I was about to jump in with my own plug, but that's fine.
Brian's over here plugging the website. You're like, oh, I'm sad.
Oh, you're talking about myticket.co.uk? That
Mike,
website?
What would I tell Anthony's next career move should be? I don't know. I'd have to think long and hard about that. It's just happened. We're all upset. We're all sad. We're all disappointed.
What do you mean next career move?
So I do see a lot of people in the chat are mentioning, what about a return to 185? I don't see it.
No way.
Anthony's a big boy. I don't know if he can get back down to 185 these days.
I also just don't think it's good to be cutting weight like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it just happened. I couldn't. None of us can. You can't unless you're around the camps, unless you're in the gym day to day. You can't base. I mean, you can make unadvised, uninformed opinions, but unless you're a part of the team and see what's going on a day to day and all the rest of it, it's really hard to make real advice. My advice would have been not to take that fight. I didn't like it from the start, and but I wished him the best, and I kept that to myself. But I was like, bro, don't do that. Fight in a few months with a full fucking camp. But I respect it. I understand his motivation for doing it because he wanted to have time with his family at Christmas. But I'm it is what it is.
Khalil's
nothing can change it.
A mother effort, you know what I mean? So, I mean, he could possibly hold that belt soon.
When you cut that much, you lose your chin. Well, that's it. Exactly. You do. It wasn't easy. There's a reason why he came up to 205. I'm assuming there's a reason why he came up to 205 in the first place.
Right.
Because the weight cuts would have been drastic. Because Anthony's a big fucking dude. You know what I mean? I'm not a small guy. But when I'm next to Anthony, he dwarfs me. He's a big, big guy. And as you get older, it gets harder. You know what I mean? So, yeah, going down to 185, that isn't the answer.
No, I feel like you'd have to lose bones to go down to 185 at this point.
Yeah.
No, and I mean, you did make a good point. Rountree is now, he's the only guy in the top 10 who's on the kind of win streak that he's on, who's got the kind of finishes that he has. So, yeah.
I think Alex
absolutely no shame.
Smokes him, though.
It's a fun fight.
Sure.
You telling me watching those two stand and swing hammers at each other? Guys who literally just want to land one big shot, power shots on each other. Like, yeah, tell me a ticket right now for that fight.
Oh, absolutely. I'm already calling it fight of the night.
What, Pereira and Khalil?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you lot. Look at you lot. All of a sudden, Khalil's the shit.
No, but like...
I'm teasing you, boys.
You stop Anthony Smith? Yeah, dude, you must be. You must be the next.
A minute ago, you're like, he's going to fucking lose. He's going to, and he's like, he's the best.
Well,
oh, look at this. They're stealing the Tom Aspinall, Sergey Pavlovich moment.
Who, oh man, where the hell? Somebody posted like a meme of like a movie that's lifted directly from, and I can't remember now.
It was,
really?
A Schwarzenegger movie, right?
Yeah, it was. It was like Kindergarten Cop or something.
Yeah.
All right, Song Yudong, Chris Gutierrez. I think this fight card initially was supposed to go down in Korea, I think.
Because it was like when we checked last week, it was scheduled for like 7 a.m. or something.
Yeah. It was China, because that's why all the road to the UFC guys are on there.
No, sorry, you're right. No, it was supposed to be China. It was supposed to be China.
Gutierrez throwing spinning back kicks to the head.
You're 5 seconds ahead of me, Anthony. Oh. Let's have a look. See if I can speed mine up. See if I can catch up or something. What can I do?
Yeah, what count are you at in the round, Brian?
4 minutes and 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, I'm literally 20 seconds behind you.
You know, I'm as close as I can go. I'm at 357.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right.
What are you at, Bri?
346.
I'm
Oh, you're
still
5
over
seconds
4
ahead.
minutes.
All right. I'll keep it to myself for a minute.
It's all right. Doesn't matter. From what I can see, nothing's happening
Yeah, they're
so
just kind
far.
of dancing with each other. Gutierrez keeps
Well-
pretending like he's gonna spin and hit him with something.
Well, this is why, because he is fainting the spin. The feeling out process is because if you're a good fighter, fighting is a thinking man's game. It's not about let's go, let's swing, let's have it, let's fight. Some people do that, and some people are entertaining, and people like that generally have a short-winded career. You have to go out there and you have to move a little bit, and you have to see what your opponent's giving you, and you have to, of course, you watch them, you study them, you pick up their tendencies, and you kind of have an expectation, but everything is different on the night. So you go out there and you take your time and you move a little bit. You don't overly commit to anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes a Jorge Masvidal knocks out Ben Askren in 5 seconds. Sometimes, you get these crazy blitzes. You get the Black Beast jumping through the air, which is fucking awesome.
Or hitting
You know what I
somebody
mean?
with an
But
uppercut
generally,
with 5 seconds left in the fight.
correct,
like, who knows?
correct. But generally, and certainly at these kind of weights where they don't have the same kind of power.
Right.
And
exactly to your point, if you look at the Leon Edwards Kamaru Usman fight, he was just downloading and like making him move that way the whole fight. Throwing that punch, making him dip his head, and then,
yeah,
bam, head kick.
Bam, head kick.
Headshot,
Indeed.
dead.
Headshot, dead. No, well.
This fight's a lot of tippy taps. So those little leg kicks that he's throwing, right? The little low leg kicks that kind of look like they're getting checked. What does that count as on the scorecard? Do you know? Like, I guess it's individually up to the judge.
Well, no, it's unless there's like, and by the way, there's not a points criteria. There's not like, 3 points for that,
No,
5
I
points
get
for
it.
that. But generally, if there was like a big reaction to it, like you see sometimes with the calf kicks where they fucking, or they start limping and they got to switch stances and things like that, that will create, a little bit of
like a
sway on the judges, to their side. If everything's even, the guy that landed more of those, maybe he would take it. You know what I'm saying? If both guys would, so it all depends. You know what I mean? There's no exact way of defining that. In fact, there is. I've got wording. It's in my notes. I had a fucking seminar. Oh, that's a nice one from Song Yudong, though. Damage, duration, and dominance. They're the 3 Ds that they use. Damage, duration, and dominance.
So I guess
who caused the most damage? Who was the most dominant? And who had the duration of the damage and the dominance?
Right.
But damage trumps everything. But of course, damage goes on a round by round basis. People go, look at this guy, he was all messed up. Well, if all that happened in round 1, and then for the next 4 rounds, the other guy beat him, well, then you win. Because it's a round by round. It's not you beat someone up badly, their face is fucked, so therefore they win the fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
that just reminded me of I had that argument with Chuck Zito about one of your fights.
The Dan Henderson fight?
The second one. Yeah, we were arguing about that one, and Chuck came into it saying that he questioned the decision making, and after about 3.5 hours of arguing, he left that cigar bar 100% certain that you were the rightful middleweight champion of the world. So,
oh wow,
that was a night well spent.
The belt.
And shout out Chuck Zito. I like Chuck Zito. We know each other. We text each other. He's absolutely cool as hell. He's a legend. I like him. But he's spending his spare time arguing against my bloody victories. Shout out Chuck Zito. What a guy he is. He's going to be like one of the... How old is Chuck Zito? Because he's no spring chicken.
Oh, no. He's an old biker man at this point.
Yeah, in the 60s, I'd say, right? 50s, 60s. I'm choosing my words carefully. I don't want to end up in a body bag.
70.
He is. Yeah, he's
70. Yeah.
70 this year.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
I hope I look that good. And I tell you what, I hope I'm as active in life as he is.
Still jacked, too.
He's jacked.
Yeah.
He's at the fights. He's on the stage at the weigh-ins. He's traveling. He's going to places. I tell you
Where?
what, God bless him. That's unbelievable. 70 years old. You know what? I might reach out and see if he wants to get him on the podcast or something. That'd be awesome. I would love to sit down and hear some tales from Chuck Zito. Because he's always so kind. Whenever I see him, he's always like so respectful, and he's always got something nice to say. But his energy is like, he's
an intense man.
Yeah, he's a fucking walking, talking, living, breathing, fucking Robert De Niro, Tony Soprano motherfucker, innit? You know what I mean? But he's also cool as hell with it.
Yeah.
So,
and he put JCVD through a what was it, strip club window.
Did he really?
Something like that, yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure he would tell that story.
I'll reach out.
Tell us about the time you beat up JCVD.
Yeah, he would 100% tell that story.
Songle McDongle swinging hard.
Oh, yeah.
I like what Gutierrez is doing with this, like throw the leg kick, then the body kick, a front kick to the face might be coming next.
I think Song is chopping out his legs pretty effectively so far.
David Allen Productions. Who is Jesse Lee Peterson? I have no idea, buddy. You're asking if
you don't know Jesse Lee Peterson? He's like an old black conservative voice.
Really?
Yeah, he's pretty controversial. But he says some hilarious shit.
I would love to go on his podcast then.
Oh, yeah.
No. Controversial people are way more fun to talk to. Do you know what I mean? Going on someone's 100%. Podcast that wants to toe the line and not say anything. And, we don't talk about that here. Fuck that. That's boring as hell. Do you know what I mean? Someone wants to fucking talk some shit and get into something and just speak their mind and be honest. Great. And no one wants to listen to that either. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at some of the chat. False Geordie says they spoke about Anthony's post on Instagram. They spoke about Anthony's post on Instagram. What is he talking about, boys? I should not have read that.
I don't know. I'm about to look.
Yeah, what did he post on Instagram?
I mean, I can't imagine he's posting on Instagram.
Is that an eye poke or a nut shot? No, it's an eye poke.
Did Rebecca shut the kids up? Vivek Tamang. Do you know what? I think she did. I think she shut them down. I think they're still up there. I think they're still dungeon and dragoning.
Oh, yeah?
I think Lucas is going to get disowned if he continues this kind of behavior. I want my son when he's 30. Like today, this afternoon, I took him on the pads, and then we did chest and traps. And then he's sitting with the nerds, the virgins.
He's going to be
playing Dungeons and Dragons.
He's going to battle all the hot nerd chicks. He's putting himself into a really good position.
If you make him king of the nerds, dude, he will never, he'll go undefeated forever.
He needs to be king of the nerds, Harrington. He's going to be king of the world.
So here is, but you can start somewhere. You got to start.
Oh,
with
you
a
have the
smaller
post?
kingdom. I got Anthony's post up right here.
Congrats to Khalil and his team. Hell of a performance. You deserve it. Sorry to everyone who supports me. I gave it my all. Sometimes that's not enough.
Well, we appreciate
exactly. You know what I mean? He gave it his exactly. That's what I mean. I wasn't having a go at you. Of course, he would appreciate the fact that you care about it so much, Harrington. Of course he would. It's always nice to know that, but he just wouldn't want people like you're a sweetheart of a human being. You are, because you can see that you genuinely care. You're on the verge of tears. I'm like, and that's nice, but it's just such a bitch of a sport, I guess. Being involved in it for so many years and being around so many fights, it toughens you a little bit. It's like you can't, it's like that's it. That's the way it goes.
Yeah,
it fucking sucks. It's hard. It's horrible. But
on the flip side, though, I agree. On the flip side, though, like you were talking earlier about like the gambling aspect. Like I told Brian earlier, this is the first card I have not bet at all in maybe 5 years, right? Like I love gambling, especially on mixed martial arts. But this one's rough, dude. Because whoever you're betting on a guy to not go home with half of his paycheck. Like that's, I don't know. There's something that feels very gross about that.
You're not betting on one guy to not go home with half of his paycheck. That's not what you're doing. You're making a prediction on who you think should win. And by the way, not every fighter loses half of their paycheck when they lose. That's not how it goes. Entry-level fighters, that is the standard contract. But as you progress through the rankings and in your position in the UFC, like
I would imagine in the top 10.
I'm just trying to think, like, I was going to say either my second or third contract. That wasn't my situation. Do you know what I mean? And it all depends on the individual fighter, their relationship with the UFC, their manager, and what kind of deal they're able to negotiate based upon their worth to the company, because that's what it all comes down to at the end of the day. If you're not worth much, and when I say worth much, what I mean is in terms of attracting viewers, selling pay-per-view, selling tickets. I don't mean what they're worth as a human being, of course. That sounds awful. But if you're not generating things on your side, then it doesn't give you much negotiating power. If you are, and you might have negotiating power, you can negotiate a better deal, you know? So, but anyway, back to your original point, you're not doing that. You're just predicting one person to win and one person to lose. So don't feel bad about it, Harrington.
Fair enough.
Something weird happened.
Yeah, that was interesting. I've never seen that before. So Herb Dean stops the action to point out that Gutierrez had his fingers inside of Song Yadong's gloves. And it seems like Dean and Gutierrez are getting into it after the bell. Herb Dean.
Oh, really?
Is that
sorry,
not Herb Dean?
Yeah, no. You might see me sticking my finger in my eye every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just these contact lenses, bro. It drives me nuts. I'm fine. I can see all the time. And then when I sit down at a computer, everything goes super blurry and I can't see fuck all. Now, let's have a look. Oh, that was a nice front kick by Gutierrez.
Mm-hmm.
Who won the first round? Because I was talking, looking at the chart. Who do you think?
The first round, I think.
Harrington? Yeah. That's what I thought, yeah.
I think it's likely 2-0 Song going into the third here.
So Gutierrez keeps throwing that straight kick to the knee, and I don't know. That feels like a dirty move to me.
Well, it doesn't feel like a dirty move to me. It feels like a stupid move.
Yeah.
Yeah, because have you seen the force that he's throwing it with? He's not committing to it. He's not trying to do any damage. But what you're doing is, and I'm not criticizing him. I've spent the whole walk saying what a great fighter I think he is. Oh, shit, he's wobbled. But when you do that, when you're just flicking out, when you're doing stuff like that, you got to think of the consequences. You got to think of the risk versus the reward. What's the reward? Well, you might make contact with his knee and not do any damage whatsoever. The reward is that you're putting yourself in striking range, eye poke. You're putting yourself in striking range. You're on one leg, right? You've got a higher propensity and higher chance of getting knocked down because you're on one leg. All they're going to do is give you a little push and you will fall over. You're not in a position to move out the way. You're not in a position to bob, to weave. You can't generate any punches with your hands to land counters.
Right.
But the only thing you can do is touch the leg a little bit and do that. If you're committing to it, like a Khalil Rountree versus Modestas Bukauskas, and try to fucking snap the leg, that's one thing. But doing that, he would say it's a rangefinder, it's a habit, it's a tactic, that's what he likes. But the risk versus the reward, it just isn't worth it. And that's what ultimately the fight games comes down to. When you throw a technique, why are you doing it? Why are you doing that? What are you trying to achieve?
Right.
All right, so you're trying to achieve that. Well, when you do that, what are you leaving yourself open to?
Right.
Well, look at it. It's fucking like this. So that don't do it.
It was nasty.
Yeah. And it's like, it's significantly like we're talking about it's a rangefinder. You're eating up space with it. So it's essentially doing the same thing a jab is doing, just putting you.
No, it's not. No, it's not. A jab will fucking smash someone to fuck. A jab will ruin someone's soul. A jab will want people to get out of that. A jab sets up the right hand. A jab will dominate the entire fight. You can knock someone down with your jab. You can use a neutral jab. You can use an advancing jab. You can use a retreating jab. Positive, negative, neutral type of jabs. Jabs are way much more. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing whatsoever.
Yeah, I think.
But it's a better tool.
One of the first fights. Oh,
what the jab is?
The jab is a way better tool than the flicking front kick.
Well, the last fight on the undercard, Kevin Jousset just pummeled him with jabs. Like it was just jabs the whole fight.
So I mean, when you're looking at the bottom half, Gutierrez isn't really committing. Right. So I'm not shitting on him. Song Yadong, when he's throwing with bad intentions. Gutierrez is well, because it appears that he's losing the fight. He keeps raising that one leg, and again, I don't know why he does that. I mean, that was a nice kick. That was a nice attempt. The spinning wheel kick. That's what he needs to do. You got to go. You got to go for shit.
So it seems like he is committing a little bit to these like snapping front kicks to the face. And he's throwing out the little kick to the knee as like a almost like a feint for that snapping front kick.
Yeah, but he's doing it every 3 seconds, Harrington. That doesn't become a feint. That becomes a pattern. It becomes a fucking stupid. Listen,
somebody can counter.
If you go to real gym and honestly, don't make me have to argue with you, Harrington. I'm not giving you shit. Don't make me have to argue with you. I know you fought Booger Beard.
Okay.
But I've spent my entire fucking life in real fucking gyms. If I was in a gym and I was doing that and Jason Perillo was here, he would fucking slap me in the fucking face. Oh, yeah, but Harrington says... Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be argumentative, but it's like I'm trying to be polite to you right here, and it's like I'm not intellectually debating this with you. It's not an intellectual debate. I'm speaking English, you're speaking Swahili right now. You know what I mean? You can be a fan, right, and you can understand the absolute basics of it, but that's about where it ends. And I'm sorry, but that is the facts. Okay, do you know what I mean? So you can have your difference of opinion, of course you can. You know what I mean? I was very polite. The whole fucking time, and I'm like, right, okay, he just keeps fucking disagreeing. It's like, I've got to tell him. I've got to tell you. I love you, Harrington. I do. You're fucking awesome. But please, shut the fuck up sometimes. In the nicest possible way. Continue to talk.
Just shut the fuck up while you're doing it.
I think the police are at the door.
No.
Why?
Too much fun?
Feel like you're being too mean to Harrington.
People are having
the chat has called the police already.
Dude,
they're like, get this big out of there. They're like, what the hell is your dong doing?
Yeah, this fight, I think Khalil and Anthony wins fight of the night so far.
Well, it has to be. I love you, my Bisping. Well, Clip Rubs. That's a nice name. Thank you very much.
That's how you get them.
Bully Bisping. Yeah, I am bullying, but let me tell you this. This is a mixed martial arts podcast. And no disrespect to Brian and Harrington, because they're awesome, and I have so much respect for the pair of them. But when it comes to the mixed martial arts knowledge and prowess, Brian's the producer, Harrington's a producer, right? I spent my entire fucking life in this sport since I was 8 years old, in gyms, fighting, understanding the nuances, the mindset, the philosophy, the physicality of it, how you have to train, okay? So when I'm not going to go at you, Mike. I'm not even going you. I'm talking about the people that are calling me a bully. I'm like, so when I have to intellectually spar with Harrington,
I don't know, Mike. I saw Harrington holding the middleweight championship one time.
All right.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. No, I do
producer abuse.
I
call the police. Call the police. Producer abuse alert.
Damn,
I'm
dude.
not even watching the fight. I'm monitoring Harrington's eyes.
Too busy beating me up to be watching another man fight? Okay.
No, I have not. Have I said one mean thing?
Not at all. I'm literally... So here's my thing. All I'm doing when I'm doing that is like, I'm an idiot who doesn't know this at all. So I'm telling you what I see with my two eyes, and then you tell me what's actually going on. As a fighter,
with my one eye?
I was about to say, what a dig from Harry. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Bisping, I'm seeing this with my two eyes, okay? It's like when I commentate, they go, Bisping doesn't even... Bisping's only got one eye. He only sees half the fight. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Jesus, Harrington. You really went there. Wow.
That's me.
Low blow. Is that strike one, Brian?
Oh, at least.
Yeah,
let's call it one. Sure.
Do we give him strike one, like official warning one?
Oh yeah. Why don't you give me a timeout?
No, you're good.
Please, can I have a timeout?
No, do a backflip again.
Yeah, do more somersaults.
Has he gone to cry?
No, he's still here. I don't know what's happening. He's just he's just taking a 2-minute timeout real quick.
Yeah, just a brief little timeout.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to talk shit about me because I'm just going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you're going to go.
Oh, yeah, like this isn't on the internet or anything. Or
nice.
We're not in front of 1,920 people. Sure.
Yeah, we could just shoot the shit, you and me.
Sit here and talk shit about Mike because he told us we could.
Yeah, he's definitely not just backstage listening to every word we say. I'll tell you right
now. There he is. Well, it just suddenly dawned on me that
Chris Gutierrez gets put on his ass.
Nah, it was all those little flicking things he did with his leg.
Yeah.
Shit.
He softened himself up for that left hook.
Song. Uh-oh. He's hurt for sure. Oh, potential triangle.
Ooh, Gutierrez slick with it.
No, it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be okay. He's in full guard now. He can control his arms and try and stop the onslaught. Yeah, but he was definitely wobbled there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the fight I saw coming at all.
No. That's all right. Sometimes they're bangers. Sometimes they're not.
You know, and the thing is, going back to Anthony for a second, you know, he's fine. You know, I mean, he's posted on Instagram already. Yeah. The reality is, when you step into an octagon like this, sometimes you come into in the hospital. I've been there. Sometimes you're getting rushed to sometimes you're awake, but you got to go to the hospital. Sometimes you got fractured orbitals, you got broken noses, you're unconscious, you've broken your leg, you've torn ligaments. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm hoping somebody's taking a look at Anthony right now, but I'm sure he's fine.
Oh yeah, he'll be getting a stitch or two and a cut. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just the damage. It's to the ego, to the trajectory of the career. You know, but he's still young enough that those are short-term things. Do you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. It's very disappointing, but it's all part of the journey. I mean, and that's the way you got to look at it. You know,
short notice fight too. So like,
quitters never win.
That's it. If you don't swing for the fences, you never hit a home run. And some other corny things.
No, I like it, Brian. That was very philosophical.
Oh man, I don't know what does Gutierrez do from here?
Because it's like shit on.
I feel like he at the absolute best you could give him the last round, but I don't see it. So you're now deep into the fourth round, probably down 0-3, and you're on your back.
Yeah, no, what he needs to do right now is it's the first thing you do in the jiu-jitsu lesson. It's called shrimping, right? Mm-hmm. So what you do is instead of when they do this, with the hands, you push on the head and you move your hips away, right? And then Song will follow him, and then you push at him and you shrimp the other direction. You move further and further away, but Song will follow him further and further. And eventually he'll end up at the fence. And then when you get to the fence, when you push the final shrimp, you lean on your post on this hand and you open your guard. And then the opponent steps over because they think that they're going to pass your guard. But then when they step into your half guard, I'm going to do a fucking video breakdown on this because it's fucking so frustrating. And I try and talk about it all the time. It's so fucking easy. All you do is push on the head and you shrimp and they follow you. And at the last minute, you get an overhook and you open your guard. They step over that you're into half guard and you suck your fucking leg out and you're back on your feet. And it does my fucking head in. It's so easy. I built a career on it.
Yeah.
I got up all the time. It's don't get me wrong. It's not easy, right? But there's definitely a formula to doing it.
Well, or you could just use the Derek Lewis method and just get up.
Yeah. Right. I'm getting up now. I'm had enough. That's it.
Oh man. They should I was gonna say, like, these gyms should just call you in for wrestling get-ups.
Wow.
Like I like that in the UFC game where you can hit a thing and you call in another fighter and they show you some cool moves. I think that'd be pretty sick. Just you head to a gym and be like, all right, guys, I don't know anything about getting takedowns, but this is how you get up.
Yeah, well, I do know things too about getting takedowns. I don't know if you saw Brian Stan being catapulted through the fucking air, but I don't think these MMA gyms can afford me, bro.
No,
no, I'm joking. Of course, I'm joking. I'm just extremely busy. I get asked to do seminars, not all the time, but like not frequently, but here and there.
Yeah,
I just don't have time. with the UFC duties, with the podcast, with the family, with all the other stuff that I do outside of UFC stuff. It's really hard. Do you know what I mean?
Can't be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger if you're out there doing other things, you know?
Well, I don't think I'm going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but if I can fill my time, my dull free time with a little bit of fun and games, you know, and go on a movie set and do some little bits and bats, why not? You know what I mean?
Parlay that into a career as the next mayor or the next governor of California.
Oh, then the next mayor of the mayor of Clitheroe?
Sure.
Dude, you got John Fury running Manchester. You got you running Clitheroe.
Yeah,
Conor McGregor running Ireland.
Dude, it's over for these fools.
It's time real men took charge at country, right? Enough of this.
New World Order nerds try to take you guys over.
Oh, man. Dude, Gutierrez looks in a not good way on the stool.
I mean, dude, he hasn't been looking good since the end of round 1.
Yeah, it's not a good visual. He's not. But I will say this about Chris. And again, it's not an insult. It's not. It's just the way he looks. He always looks like he's about to start crying.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? He has like a pained expression on his face.
Yeah.
And when I say pained, I don't mean like, I mean like a sad, pained expression.
Like,
and that's what I was talking about before, like the mental side of things. He's like, I don't know Chris outside of watching him fight and speaking to him before he fights. I don't know him. I don't have a relationship like that. But he does, you know, I think
he just made a mistake.
He just looks like he's fucking got some, I don't know, he looks like he just needs a good old cry. And you always feel better after a good cry. Harrington, after this, you can go and cry and then come back and everything will be fine.
I'm good.
He just
my
pinches
wife is
the baby, so the baby cries over his crying.
Oh, come on now.
Karuma Lavi says, I get the vote. Thank you.
So you think
when is Red Sonja out? So, sorry, go on, Brian.
You think that was Chris Gutierrez's way of trying to maybe take a way out of this fight? Trying to, I mean,
I didn't see it.
It was a sloppy like Imanari.
Oh, the Imanari roll attempt. Yeah,
it was sloppy, and he tried to do it from like a football field away.
He did. It was far too far away. I don't know why he did that. Okay. If you want to go down the negative aspect, and I'm not saying this, but if you wanted to have a negative opinion, you could say that. If you wanted to say this, and I'm not saying this, but here's a formula or an opinion you could come out with, is that on the ground he wasn't taking as much damage and he was a bit more comfortable there. So if you go for an Imanari roll, even though it fails, he's going to follow you down, and therefore you're not on the feet getting knocked out. Now, I'm not saying that, but I understand how one could come up with that opinion.
Sure.
Dang. I'm getting abused by this chat. Harrington looks like he's running a failing deli.
That's a good one.
That's so solid. I don't know why that
No. You look like you're running a fucking successful deli.
No, it would be.
You're eating it all.
Yeah, it'd be so successful if I wasn't the number one customer.
That's getting high on your own supply.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Gutierrez. I think we're cruising towards a pretty obvious unanimous decision for Song Yadong.
Yeah. And I mean,
do you think I could have beat George St. Pierre if I didn't drink? I could have beat George St. Pierre if I didn't tear my ribs the week before, which is actually what happened. And on top of that, my cup snapped as well halfway through the fight. I was swinging around in my shorts. But the cup was a real thing, not to mention the one fucking eye.
Just a parade of tragedies.
To
be fair, he fought like a 10% Michael Bisping.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, fair play. That's how I went in there. God bless him. But I did tear my ribs. I did have one eye. It's not because I might have had a couple of Stellas and a vodka here and there. And in fact, to be honest, when I was training for a fight, I didn't drink. I was obsessively disciplined. So, no. And I was never I'm not an alcoholic, never have been.
No.
But it's a Saturday night and I'll have a fucking little bevy.
You couldn't keep your shit together if you were an actual real life alcoholic.
let me ask you this: for all these people saying that stuff, were they up at 6 o'clock this morning? Did they do 4 miles? Did they do chest and traps, get in the sauna and the ice bath? Then after that, did you cultivate the award-winning, soon-to-be Tales from the Octagon? Were they liaising with their editor? Were they liaising with all the people that are putting the show together, sending out flights and trains and all that type of stuff, booking hotels? Then after that, come here and sit here and do that. That sounds like a lot for a man that has like a really serious drink problem and on a Saturday when he's got the day off. That's my fucking day off.
Yeah, dude, sounds like you got a problem.
yeah. That is the problem, Brian, according to Rebecca.
You should see someone about that.
Yeah.
Big one for it's a big fight for Yadong, though.
Yep.
Oh yeah. No, you're right there.
4-1 in his last 5, as you mentioned. The only loss to Sanhagen. He does have a win over Cheeto, who I believe is about to be the next bantamweight champion. So it's a pretty good spot to be Song Yadong.
That was a while ago,
and
it was kind of a controversial. I don't know if it was controversial.
It was.
Cheeto was not happy with that,
and it was at featherweight, if I'm not mistaken.
And Cheeto was flipping out backstage. He was pissed.
I would imagine.
Bisbee, can I travel to Vegas and give you a smooch on the cheek? Well, it's the final part of that sentence that says no. Brother.
I was like, oh, really? Where can this dude smooch you?
No. Ain't no brother.
Guy.
Ain't no brother giving me a smooch, right?
Well,
you can show your appreciation, shake a hand, give a fist bump, give a little dap me up, give me a bro hug.
We even got super chats on.
Yeah, we got super chats, but no one's giving me a smooch. Colby wins next week. Go on, Brian.
Just a pretty decisive win for Song Yadong.
Yeah.
It was sad at the end there.
Because I was looking at the chart and fiddling with my eyeball and just monitoring Harrington's emotional levels. Do you think Gutierrez won any of the rounds?
No.
I saw somebody in the chat say maybe round 2, but I didn't think so.
No, I had it as a I saw a bunch of 50-44s. I got it 50-45. But
as a fighter, that's always the really tough one. You know what I mean? Especially in a 5-round fight.
You couldn't get one.
When it's a complete shutout, you know what I mean? It's like, oh.
No.
Sometimes you'd rather get finished in the first round. You'd rather get caught
than get,
you know what I mean,
tenderized for fucking 25 minutes.
Well, to get outclassed constantly throughout the entirety of the fight, because it doesn't say you got beat, you didn't get lost. It was just well established that they were a better fighter. So the loss is one thing. Getting caught, getting dropped, and all the rest of it, you can deal with that internally. You can talk about that, and you can go back and say, "Well, the motherfucker got me. Jesus Christ, what a shot! Fair play to him. He committed to it." But when you get systematically beat for 25 minutes, that's when you go back and you start to ask yourself questions internally. You know what I mean? Because getting caught and getting knocked out, you can deal with that. You can reason with that. You can make excuses for that. You know what I mean? But when you get handled for 25 minutes, all right, you can look at things like, was I dedicated in training camp? Did I have personal problems going outside? Were the negative circumstances outside?
Does it drive you to find an excuse?
Well, that's what I was just about to say, because people, they will sometimes do that rather than, because you don't want to confront the cold, hard facts. You got to do two things. You can have confront the cold, hard facts and say, right, he was better than me. Jesus Christ, that was a level I'd never experienced, and dwindle and go downhill. Or you can take that on the chin and say, shit, he was better than me. I have got some work to do. I have got to improve. I've got to get better. I couldn't stop his takedowns. I couldn't get back up. He was way more powerful than me. And then look at other things as well. Do I need to go up in the weight class? Do I need to go down in a weight class? Do you need to be more disciplined? Do you need to work harder? Do you need to be more focused? Do you have a girlfriend or a wife that's just a fucking negative influence?
Just
Maybe you got to get him. You got to get rid of Rebecca. No, but you know what I mean? Sometimes like you have to clean up. No, but you have to clean up your personal life as well.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you can't focus on the thing, somebody's going to be better than you.
Yeah.
Hi, Diana. I got a hi from Diana.
Oh,
Is Diana here?
She is. Hello.
Jesus Christ, Dan! I don't get a hi.
I think you did.
I can't see shit. I need to get my glasses. It's bad. Lucas! Yeah? You closing the windows? Come here, say hi to everyone. Well,
hello, guys.
what's up, Lucas?
What's up, bud?
What's your what class is your character?
Fair question.
Like, what do you mean?
I'm a
Dungeons
nerd
and
too,
Dragons,
dude.
bro.
Druid.
Nice.
All right, fair
Nice.
enough.
Is that good? Because I've never played it. You two obviously have.
Well, I'm an aficionado of all things nerdy, and yeah, you know, it's just a great class.
Yeah.
No.
Druids are-
I would love to play Dungeons and Dragons and things like that, but it just seems like a game you're gonna have a lot of patience for.
A lot of patience, a big imagination.
Only I chose Druid because I could turn into a bear.
Of course.
Sick.
Why not?
Classic.
I get
I
it,
like
man.
this.
What kind of bear? Grizzly or polar?
Just
Or brown?
Just a bear.
You get polar bear at like level 17 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Depends on
but-
Lucas, come here.
I know what I'm talking about.
So today we were doing traps and chest and traps.
Yes.
And why do we do different areas? Why do we do different exercises?
Just, I don't know.
Why do we do various different exercises on one muscle group? I told you this. Were you listening?
I forgot.
Is it because you gotta use different parts of the muscle?
Yeah.
Get out. I'm ashamed of you.
Well, if you were going to say muscle confusion, maybe that explains Harrington. He's just been working out his brain the whole time.
Yeah. He's been working out his brain, and I've been working out all day. I think that's the end of this one, boys. The fights are over. We've been going for 90 minutes. That's solid. Any final words to say to the streamers?
You know,
No,
To
just
the
you know,
believers?
achieve,
Guys.
conceive, believe.
I want to remind
The
everyone
other
that
way.
we have a 4-week dark period coming up between the middle of December and the middle of January. So enjoy nights like this. Enjoy next week as much as possible because, you know, you're going to miss the fights when you don't have them. So hope you guys had a good time tonight.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll say this for all you people on here. Number one, thank you for spending your time with us on a Saturday night.
2,000 people been hanging out.
Have you subscribed and rang the bell, though? If you haven't
That's a fair question.
subscribed, piss off, right? We're not interested. We don't want you watching. We don't want your negativity. We don't want your bullshit. We don't want you coming on here and lecturing and hating on Anthony Smith. If you subscribe, that's okay.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Just
Fucking subscribe, okay? No, all jokes aside, thank you for your time. Brian, final words of wisdom for everyone?
Take care of yourselves and each other.
Guys, yeah. Jerry's Springer there. Let's go. End the stream, Brian. We'll have a little chat. Bye, guys.